Yeah, hello and welcome to another weekly Spielworxx chat. I hope you can all hear me because last week you could hear me live, but I had no audio for recording, so that's why I did not put up the stream. So hopefully everything will work out today. Um, I hope you are all well because, as you all notice, we have interesting times and everybody should have a firm position. As usual, I'll first talk about some topics, then I'll respond to any questions that you may have. Each chat apparently has to start with the Grand Trunk Journey by Claude Serrois. And the Grand Trunk Journey vessel module is almost ready to be released to the public. Claude and I will just have one test next Friday together online, and if there are some bugs, we'll try to get them removed at that time. And we've also scheduled game for the 19th, and I'll try to live stream that complete online game using the vessel module, and I hope that this will work out. If not, I will only record the game so that you can watch it the next day at my YouTube channel. And also check out the series of vessel tutorials by Jason Dinger for any module makers or anyone interested in vessel modules. This is a gold mine. So thank you, Jason, and check these out on YouTube. As some of you may know, Spielworxx is 10 years now. So to celebrate this, I will have a special sale. And note, do not expect a yearly Spielworxx sale from now on. While I may have from time to time a special bundle sale, expect the next Spielworxx sale only when Spielworxx turns 18 and Spielworxx is finally grown up. So, and details on that sale, they should follow next week or the week after, and there will be some very interesting parts and giveaways from the history of Spielworxx. And last week I told you that the pre-orders for the cost will start in the second half of the month, and most probably I will postpone the pre-orders to July 1st, because here in Germany VAT is reduced from 19 to 16% on that date to stimulate the economy. And first, it will be interesting to see if my shop system will be able to switch automatically to that reduced percentage. But the main reason is I do not want to change the price in between pre-order sales, so everybody will get the same price. And of course, the 3% reduction will be given to all customers for sure. And again, thank you for the support of the now finished Tribune Kickstarter campaign, and this is really much appreciated. As you may know, I will get much later a very limited number of Tribune copies available for sale on my website, and I should soon know, because I got a couple of emails asking that question. I will soon know when this will happen, so please bear with me here. And then viewer Andre, he sent me an interesting question in advance. In one of the last episodes, you mentioned that Spielworxx is going to have 18 Saxony as one of its future releases. Now we know that Spielworxx has a big scope of sophisticated thematic games that speak to a lot of different gaming tastes, and we love you for that. And thank you, Andre. Check is in the mail. He continues, still 18xx are somewhat different and niche ball game. For one, the graphics of 18xx are traditionally very functional with almost no fancy artwork, which works fine, but I think there's a lot of space for improvement on the aesthetic side to make them attractive for non-18xxers. And there are the rules, which are, in my opinion, hard to master when you have to learn them only by the rule booklet, without a seasoned 18xxer explaining the fiddly bits. There's a lot going on, and as a newbie it's close to overwhelming. And Andre says, I have 6 18xx games under my belt so far, and I feel I'm only starting to slightly know what I'm doing. 18xx are absolutely awesome, and I love playing them, but they are a big mountain to climb if you have never played one. Until now, 18xx games weren't a core part of Spielworxx' portfolio. So what was your vision when you took 18 Saxony under contract? So first, niche. Yes, 18xx games are surely not for tens of thousands of gamers, but I think they have a fairly sizable and extremely loyal fan base. And being thematic as well, I think this is a great fit for Spielworxx. Graphics. We've just learned how people react to graphics, and especially fans. So we have to be very careful here. The core customer base needs to be addressed and needs to be happy, and this will surely be a challenge. Rules also correct. They are not that difficult, but hard to learn from the booklets. So we try to include an introductory booklet in the game to ease entering the world of 18xx. And if we have a vessel module available before the release of the game, I can online, and of course I will make this available on YouTube, I can teach the full game with the actual components, and this should also be easier than explaining or learning the game from the rules. So what was my vision? In short, to repeat, these are hardcore economic games with a strong theme. So if this is not Spielworxx, which game is? And on top of that, Saxony is very interesting because this is a hilly state. So laying down the tracks there was quite an accomplishment in the 19th century. So let me see if there are any questions, and let me first scroll back here. So let me see who's there. Oh, Tony is there. This is wonderful. I hope you're doing very well. So let me see. Claude, always great seeing you. Stephen, of course, wonderful. Okay, Tony, I want an inflatable Uli, please. Yeah, well, I'll try to make this happen in the sale, but don't hold your breath. And Stephen, you bloody bastard here. I helped Uli to fix his auto zooming camera. It looks good now. Yes, this was a major challenge for the technical expert Uli here. So again, really, I appreciate this. There is Marcus there, Purple Sheep. Great to see you over there. And Chris, hello to England over there. Question to 18 Saxony, two-sided board like with 1830. It's a possibility. So maybe a few of you know 18 Saxony, the original release, which is several years old. While it's a fine game, the game had some, or still has in that version, has some problems. And I'm working together with the author to really improve this. So the game will not only have an introductory booklet, but a lot of the mechanics will change, and we may move to a double-sided board here as well. But it's a little bit early to mention this, but this will be a major topic for sure in the next half year. I take a Uli Miepel. Well, Matt, hello Matt. Yeah, well, so if there is a Uli Meeple on the board, who wants to play with that game? So, apart from me, probably no one. But there's a serious question now from Tony. What is the best game that you think hasn't been designed yet? What subject would it have? What mechanisms? This is interesting. So let me think about this. What subject would it have? So for sure, a very interesting subject. What I like, and it's not a game, and there is already, or there are already one or two games about it, and one is actually a very good game. It's called Obsession. But although I'm not the largest Jane Austen fan, I would like to have a game on a Jane Austen novel, so uh, which puts this at the center of the game. And I think this could be really, really interesting. What mechanisms? I'm a huge lover first of, as most of you knew, of card-driven systems, so CDG systems, because they put so much into the cards. So many of the rules details can be put on cards. The same is true for deck builders in a slightly different environment, of course. I like cards in all games, which does not mean that a game that I'm publishing should have cards. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's definitely not necessary. But cards, or a game that has cards as a part, have the advantage that you have this open information and closed information at the same time, because you can see on the board, or if there are just cards, you see the cards on the board, on the table, but you don't have all the information. Which cards do you play? Which cards are played by whom? This is all well done. Best game that you think hasn't been designed yet. So and well, I don't know, Tony. You have to design this best game, and it's of course you then have to turn it into Spielworxx. That's for sure too. Daniel, your German is still better than my English, so great to see you again. Uno Legacy, yeah, it's is an interesting idea for a new game, although I'm not that sure anymore. So well, interesting. Another question: will products of your sale available for shipping to North America? Yes, they will be available. There are two options: that I'm using someone over there to handle this, or that I'm looking into very special shipping costs. But this will be a low volume sale, a really low volume sale, because I have hardly any stock. It's just something, it's not really to get rid of stuff right now. It's my way of saying thank you to everybody. And of course, there will be an option for people who have bought everything in the last couple of years. They will get a chance to get a future game from 2021 for a reduced price. It's just saying Dankeschön. And of course, I'm giving away, and this is for free, some of my early games or some special things that I can dust off in my closet. So that's the main thing here. Okay. So an asymmetrical 7-player area control romance simulation COSIM deck builder, easy enough. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. It's also an idea, but I think first we are all always saying we need a more diverse audience in gaming, and I totally agree. And I'm not, and I will repeat this. I'm not saying Jane Austen novels are just for women. No, but at least it will be something else as your next I conquer that continent game. So it will be a topic that is attractive to everyone. And and again, I'm not saying that a wargame is a bad thing. I'm a wargamer by heart, I can always play them, but I think there are also topics that should be on the table and should be available. And again, if you are interested in this, although it's not really Jane Austen, but Obsession is a great game. It's a very strong thematic game, and I played it with Ode, the designer Ode here last year, and neither of us had played it before, and we were pleasantly surprised. If you are looking for the most innovative mechanics, Obsession is probably not something for you, but the mechanics and the theme work very well together. In Stuttgart, Germany, the first public game night takes place in a cultural pub. There are strict hygiene rules with the distance between the tables. On one table, only people from 2 households. Yeah, of course, Germany has to release some of the limitations. We have to get rid of them. So, because, as you know, the corona cases here in this country are rapidly going down. But everybody, really everybody, should be very careful. Because as we have seen in the last couple of weeks, if there are corona cases, they are in closed areas where lots of people are close together. So these were churches, these were pubs, restaurants, and so everybody should still be very careful. But we as a society, we have to go at a certain point back to normal, whatever normal is. I'm not really an optimistic person, so I doubt that there will be larger gatherings in gaming or in sports, as you see here, be happening this year, and maybe not even in the first couple of the next year. But I'm very hopeful. I hope for the best. I hope that there will be no second wave of corona this fall, but I'm not an expert. I can only watch the numbers and listen to experts, which of course does not mean politics should blindly follow science, because politics is something different. The politicians are not experts for viruses, of course not, but politics is so much more complex, because they have to digest that info and then do the best thing for society. And it's not only corona, we have so many other things connected to it. So gaming will start for sure, if everybody is careful, it can happen. Not necessarily at an Essen Spiel scale, but I'm sure it will go back to somewhat more normal environments. And here, personally, I start live tests next Monday with my good buddy here from my home village, and we'll see. I haven't tested face to face for several months now. We will see this and try this next Monday, and let's see how this will be. And I'm definitely excited to restart this. So that was the last question here. Do you have any more questions coming for me? So, or was this corona stuff too boring for you? I will stop by whenever you're happy to do it. Yes. So it has to start, and we should meet definitely, if not this month, then in July for sure. And I'm excited to meet you again. Purple Shiba, gaming at a table will be difficult and different for a long time, I guess. I can only support this. I think it will be strange for a while, because normally, as you may know, I'm a person that likes to hug and likes to be around people when I'm gaming, and Now there are strict rules for this, and as you are saying, it will be strange for sure. Tony, yeah, it's also very nice. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Pick the next category. Yes. What else can I tell you? Maybe this is very mundane and boring stuff, but somebody asked me before, what is a typical day when you're working here from home? What is a Spielworxx day? What is a Spielworxx work day? So I'm an early riser. I get up here at 5:30 in the morning, and then I go downstairs to prepare breakfast, but I'm always singing. I will spare it for now, but I can guarantee you in the next couple of weeks you will hear me singing or sort of singing here. And so I do this as my early morning routine. And then it's breakfast time, it's reading the newspaper, and I start at my desk at normally at 7 o'clock in the morning. And first is stuff that needs to be done, so emails and some other, of course, if there is a hockey season, which is not, as you know, then I'm checking all news for the latest Roosters game, and then it's working. And what does working mean? It could be here at my desk to work on rules with the great support of Henning, who is not too that far away from my hometown. So we are working on rules, finalize them. We are working on the graphics outlook. Normally in non-corona times, it's pretty easy to get together with Henning, with Harald from Münster, the graphics artist. So we can work in person together. Although you can do everything by Skype, by email, it's still a lot better to do this in person. Sometimes somebody comes over during the day for testing. So people here also from the Münster area, from the Münsterland, and we'll test the game or try to do some development on a game. I think about some games. I think about mechanics, and this is my day. Of course, it's also answering emails during the day, especially as you know, because of the time difference. I can start, or I get emails from the States at it starts at in early afternoon, and I normally work till 5 p.m. So, and it's easy to work longer. And if there is a test game in the evening or on the weekends, I play longer, but I try to not do so because I get something else in my head. So I'm reading, I'm going outside, I'm doing some sports, and just just enjoy different things. But I guess this is not really different from other occupations you are having. You start in the morning, do your stuff, and in the evening you try to do something else. I have the advantage that I love in a field, or that I work in a field that I love. So it doesn't often it doesn't really feel like work. And even if I'm saying in the evening, oh, it's 5 o'clock. I've worked now for since early morning on games. I don't want to play now, but as soon as I'm into the game, I'm excited. Then I'm the old the young 5 year old boy Uli, and I love to play that game. So yeah, but it's not that different from any other occupation. We played La Granja on Yukata, very well implemented. Yeah, thank you for that. I have nothing to do with the implementation. I just know that these people, that they know their stuff, and I'm very happy that this game that is internationally available, not only from Stephen from Stronghold Games, but of course English language here is the most important one. So thank you, Stephen. here for promoting that game so well via Stronghold Games, but they did a great job there with Yucata with the La Granja implementation. Another question, why there was no French rules in the Grand Trunk Journey, even with a French-talking person like Claude Serrois? What's the problem to include French rules on Spielworxx games? Just talking about the rules, not the translation of cards. They could be without text on it for Grand Trunk. Yeah, first, yes, it seems strange, and first of all, at the very start when we did the game, I did not think about this. Claude has prepared a French rules booklet now, and it should be, but Claude, maybe he can interrupt me here very soon via the chat. It should be available very soon. To do this for all games is not that easy, because I'm already including two rules booklet in my games, and we are talking here normally not about 2 pages of rules, but about a fairly sizable rules booklet, and these costs add up even if it's just paper. And it's not only the rules, but then we also need the play aids in a third language, and it adds up. But surely for Grand Trunk Journey we could have thought about this well in advance, so this is my fault, and at least we can offer a PDF of the French rules. So very good question. Grisou, which reasons do you have for not making a second printing for really successful games for yourself, like Washington's War with a pre-order, Solarius Mission? Yeah, well, several reasons for this. As you may know, or quite a few of you may know, I'm very much a person that is driven by safety. And while I can easily, pretty easily, finance a 1000 print run, I'm never sure if a next print run will do as well. You know, I'm selling mainly a direct, and let's say there is that game and it has sold very well, and now and now I get some requests by mail for a pre-order, or can I buy this game again? So I need to print at least, and it's not really that feasible anymore, to print another 1000 copies, better more. But then these 1000 copies, I can guarantee you my noise level is not that high that I can't sell them direct again. So I have to move the distribution route, and I don't want to move the distribution route because there are so many question marks there, and so many things are changing. And I get the money very late, and I get only at most 50% of the money I'm charging. So it's something that I don't want to do for my games. So this is my business style, and as I've also said, this may not be the smartest one, but I can sleep well in this regard. Solarius Mission. This is, as most of you may know, this is a very special case because the Kickstarter, we had this chat here a couple of weeks ago where we talked about Solarius Mission, and I said, well, I fear, and this is also my money and Henning's money and Harald's money, and of course Otis and Mike's money is involved there, but I think the Kickstarter is dead. And 2 hours later, Flying Lemur Games, they posted that another update on the Kickstarter page for Solarius Mission, and I was very happy, and I dropped them a mail and asked, please tell me about the game. Is it now really progressing? And since then, no news at all. Not a single word, no nothing. So I fear for the worst. But and technically, the license for the Solarius mission is back with me, so I could give the game to somebody else. But Kickstarter here complicated the whole matter tremendously, because let's say there's another company interested in doing Solarius mission now. What to do with the Kickstarter backers? They will be upset, although the new company has nothing to do with Flying Lemur. But if they charge the full amount to Kickstarter backers, again, it will be very difficult. It will be a result in really bad blood, and you can't really explain this to everybody in a good way. So very, very difficult at this moment. I'm seeing Ode, one of the designers, next week too, so he's also one of the guys I'm testing face-to-face or playing a game face-to-face next week, and we will talk about the topic, and maybe we have a solution. And if we have a solution, I'll be reporting it here for sure. And Claude is already confirming that the French version of Grand Trunk Journey is available on BGG now. So thank you, Claude, for confirming this. Yeah, Solarius mission, unfortunately, yeah, it's not. It's, in my opinion, it's not really Misha. It's. I want to leave it here. So there are more people, or there were more people at Flying Lemur Games, and while they did a great job on North American Railways, Solarius mission did not work out, and Misha is not part of the company for a lot of months, to put it there. So we can say they really fucked up that project, Flying Lemur, but I wouldn't drop this on his shoulders. Retheme Solarius mission, add new bits. Yeah, we could, but actually another important thing is that as every time I think about that game, I'm sad. I'm a little bit sad for all the people who put money in there, and it's such a great game in my opinion. And our first edition wasn't faultless, for sure. It had some production problems, it had some other problems. So another new edition would be really fantastic. But it's for me, it's not a thing that I would like to work on in the near future. So it is what it is. So, and Tony, no need to apologize here. That's everything's fine. And I'm also seeing that we are running to 33 minutes already. So this is a record time. So I'm saying we will close here for now. And of course, not without another couple of seconds of this nice. So, thank you all for your time, and if you would like to see a special topic discussed or have a specific question that you'd like to ask in advance, or would like to have 100,000 euros sent to you, drop me a mail at uli at spielworxx.de, that is uli at spielworxx.de, and forgot about the 100,000 euros sent immediately. And till next week, bleibt gesund, Black Lives Matter.